Hello all, this is your Nimi here, and today we'll be moving on to the second part of Glimpses of India, again from the grade 10 textbook First Light. So last class I hope all of you have watched the video of Glimpses of India part 1. If you have not watched that, watch the previous video about a baker from Goa and then you can watch this video. I'll put the same link of the video in the description box as well. So we already came to know about Glimpses of India. Basically the chapter is divided into 3 parts. So we'll be moving on to the second part. So name of second part is basically Coorg. So you all know where is Coorg, right? I hope everybody know where is Coorg. Basically it's a biography about the place called Coorg. So where is Coorg situated? It is situated in Karnataka, basically the southern part of India. So the things what comes to our mind, if you know the place Coorg, everybody thinks about Coorg being a place full of coffee. Yes, everybody has that particular image of Coorg. Okay, so this biography is written by Lokesh Abrol. Lokesh Abrol, basically you might be familiar with Lokesh Abrol, is basically a doctor. Okay, he was a renowned doctor over there, and not just a doctor, he was also a social worker. Okay, so Lokesh has written the biography of Coorg. So basically it's all about the place called Coorg, and it's a place somewhere near to Mysore. Okay, it is in the state of Karnataka. I hope the introduction is clear. So we'll look in the textbook what is the author trying to say. Coorg is a coffee country, famous for its rainforest and spices. Yes, it's famous for its rainforest and basically spices. Midway between Mysore and the coastal town of Mangalore sits a piece of heaven that must have drifted from the kingdom of God. See, so basically this place is between Mysore and Mangalore. Okay, and it is said the place is called the kingdom of God. We normally say Kerala is God's own country. So this is basically kingdom of God. Okay, so basically it is said that Coorg is a place which is drifted from the kingdom of God. So from the kingdom of God, the place, a small portion was drifted, moved away, and that is basically Coorg. And Coorg is a very beautiful place. This land of rolling hills is inhabited by a proud race of martial men, beautiful women and wild creatures. Basically all the men are supposed to be martial. They are supposed to be heard of their valor, bravery, courage, etc. And women are supposed to be, women in Coorg are supposed to be very, very pretty. They're very fair, and their dressing is something which you have to know about, because their dressing, the way they wear the bangles, like it will completely fit in the hand. So many, fit in the sense, they'll fill the whole hand. Okay, that's why I said they wear a lot of bangles and jewelries and all. Just nice, richly dressed they are, the people of Coorg. Okay, so that's about the people of Coorg. Now and one more thing, martial men, beautiful women and wild creatures. Okay, they can also find totally different kind of creatures over there in the place called Coorg. So basically, as I told you, Coorg is also known as Kodagu. Okay, it's also known as Kodagu, Coorg or Kodagu. It is the smallest district of Karnataka, and it's the home for evergreen forests, spices and coffee. All these 3 things are available in Coorg. Evergreen rainforests cover 30% of this district. During the monsoon, it pours enough to keep many visitors away. The season of joy commences from September and continues till March. So that's basically the peak time. If you're planning to go to Coorg or visit, it's a beautiful place, but the best time to go is, as Lokesh has written over here, it's from September till the March, and it said the weather is perfect during at that time, and you can also have the fresh smell or aroma of the coffee plantation. So best time to visit is between September to March. Please don't go during the rainy season, because it's really 30% of rain you can visit. Now moving on to the second or the most important point, the desert or the origin of the place. Why are the people of Coorg quite different? They're quite different from the other districts of Karnataka. Okay, it's totally different. So we have to know why are they different. There are a lot of history said by the place. There are a lot of things like overheard from our parents and great grandparents, etc. So basically it is said these kind of martial men, these powerful independent Coorg are possibly, okay, they are possibly either from Greek origin or Arab origin. Okay, so the forefathers and the great grandfathers, they feel that why is this Coorg people totally different? Basically because they strongly feel maybe the origin or the descent can be either from Greek or Arab. Now we look why it is Greek. I'll read in the textbook and then I will explain. As one story goes, a part of Alexander's army moved from south and settled here when return became impractical. Obviously we know Alexander the king, so they had a problem and they had no other way, so practically they had to stay there in the place called Coorg. These people married against the locals and their culture is apparent in the martial traditions. So since obviously they were staying for a long time, and at that point in time obviously they got married to the local people over there. Local people means the people who were there in the Coorg. Now how can you say yes, how do you know that Alexander came in and how they got married? Because of their martial men. Alexander's story is basically speaking about the martial men. People are so courageous in Coorg. Okay, basically it is also known that in India, it's only in Kodavu people can carry their firearms without a license. Only in Coorg people. Okay, the basic reason is because they feel that the Buffett story very clearly says maybe Alexander's army stayed there and they got married to few local people over there in Coorg, and that is how they learned about all these martial arts. So that's the reason why we say it's called martial men. That's one story which has been heard. The theory of Arab origins draws support from the long black coat with an embroidered waist belt worn from the Kodavos, which is known as Kupiya. Okay, so why Arab descent? So initially I hope you understood what is Greek origin, why they feel it is Greek. Now why Arab? Because the attire they were almost like, you know, black in color. Men normally wear a black in color dress, and it's actually just like a coat and it's till the knee. Okay, and it's all embroidered and all, it's so pretty to see. Okay, and they wear a waist belt, and the dress of these Kodava people is called Kupiya. Okay, so now these other kind of people are Arabs, Iranians, the Kurd. There's in the textbook the word given over there is Kurd. K-U-R-D-S. Kurd means basically Iranian. Okay, so these Iranian and Arab people wear an attire. That attire is called kufiya. This kufiya dress resembles kupiya. Okay, so because of the attire of Arabs, people believes that maybe it is of Arab origin as well. Okay, so I hope it is clear. Why Greek origin? Because of they feel that during those times, years and years back, Alexander's army came and stayed in the place called Coorg, and then what happened in that place, they got married to the local people over there, and that's how the men folk learned the martial arts. And what about why Arab origin? Because of the attire called Kupiya. I hope it is clear till there. Now, Coorgi homes are basically called a tradition of hospitality. Basically, we all know in India, most of the people might be aware about the culture of Atithi Devo Bhava. Okay, we consider the guest as a god. That's one thing which everybody knows. So exactly like that, Coorgi homes also, the hospitality of tradition of hospitality is very famous. And basically what they do is they tell the stories of all these courageous and bravery from to their sons and to their grandsons, etc. The stories has been carried over. Okay, so basically so much of bravery and courage is seen basically because of the thing what they have done. Another thing what we also have to know about their courage is basically tales of valor. Valor means basically courage or bravery. General Karyappa. General Karyappa is known as to be the first chief of Indian Army. Okay, first chief of Indian Army was General Karyappa. Please make a note of this name. Okay, it is said he was a Korgi. Being the first Indian chief, he is from Korg. That is something which we should be proud about, especially the Korgi people. Salute to all of you. So, even now, it is, as I told you before, among the Indian people, it is only the people in Kodagu are supposed to, can carry a pistol or can carry the firearms without a license. Okay, that is all about basically the tales of valor. The next thing what we discuss in the biography is basically about the river Kaveri obtains its water from the hills and forests of Korg. Mahasir, a large freshwater fish about in these waters. Kingfishers dive for their catch. Wild squirrels and langurs. Do you know what's a langur? Langur is just like one monkey, white color. Okay, I'll just post a picture over here. Okay, so all these other animals also there, like monkeys are there, many fishes are there, and also elephants. Okay, because elephants being with the mahout, you know what's a mahout, right? Mahout is the person who trained the elephant. So all these animals are also one of the important thing which you can see in Korg. And the thing is speaking about adventure sports which are there in Korg. As we already discussed about river Kaveri, you have to know there is river rafting, canoeing, rock climbing, and also there are a lot of other adventure sports like mountain biking, and also you can see people walk, because the walking trails, the path is also quite evident. So all these adventure sports are also can be seen in the place called Korg. Okay, the next thing what they speak is about a climb to Brahmagiri Hills. What do you have in Brahmagiri Hills? And Brahmagiri Hills is a beautiful panoramic view can be seen there of Korg. Okay, there you have the India's largest Tibetan settlement is there in Korg. Okay, and basically you can find many people over there, because many people has been said that they get a lot of inner peace when you are there. Okay, so if you have not been there, please have a look at there. And said, and most of the monks over there wear the red and yellow robes. You might have seen, right? And this is basically something what has been discussed in the biography. There's one small paragraph where they also mentions about the animals over there. They says they have birds, bees, butterflies, macaques. I don't know whether you know about macaques. Not the macaw birds, but it's basically mukhaks. Okay, that's how it's pronounced. It's basically an ancient monkey. So mukhaks. Langurs I already discussed about, another kind of monkey. Slender loris. I'll post those pictures over here so you'll be able to understand. Okay, so all these are beautiful view of Korg. So as we already discussed about it, Korg basically it's written by Lokesh Abrol, who was a doctor. It's a place in Karnataka, a place between Mysore and Mangalore. We already discussed, and we also told it's a small place different from the kingdom of God, and then descent either from Greek or Arab. We also came to know the story of that, and we also came to know about the stories of valor, basically the courage, and we also came to know about the first chief General Karyappa, adventures what they have, and the Brahmagiri Hills, the largest Tibetan settlement is there. So all these things are basically the points, important points of the chapter Korg. Now, if somebody asks the important questions over here, yes, the one important question is basically about the descent of Korg. Okay, descent of the Korg people. Why it is quite different from the other states. That's one thing which we have to know. And another thing is the animals which you normally see, and where is Korg? It's in Karnataka. That is all about the chapter Korg. I hope you like the chapter. Please do read the chapter. It's not just watching is not enough. You should read the chapter from the beginning till the end. Okay, then only you'll be able to understand. So we'll come in the very next video with another chapter. Obviously we'll be doing tea from Assam the next. So see you in the next video. Until then, your name is signing off. You take care and stay safe. Be in your house and utilize your time doing something different. Okay, so enjoy your life. Keep smiling and let that smile give hope for others. Thank you. Your Nimi Living. Bye. Take care.